What's up, Mortgage Coach community? Dave Savage, and today I am sitting down with Felisa Schlosser.
Pretty good. Yeah, pretty close.
You say it, Felisa, just so we make sure you get it right for everybody.
Yeah, Felisa Schlosser.
Sweet. And I am coming to you guys live out of Portland, Oregon. Where are you at?
Diego.
San Diego, California. Cool. So I am doing this interview. I don't know whether you posted something on our Facebook group, but it got on my radar that you recently crossed 1,000 total cost analysis. So you are officially a red belt grandmaster of mortgage coach. So
yeah, that was a cool announcement.
Yeah, that was pretty cool, right? And how do you like the gamification feature that we've added to the product?
I haven't really gotten into all the new changes. I mean, I've been using Mortgage Coach for a while. I noticed all that stuff. Maybe, did it happen in the last year?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're talking 4, maybe 6 months ago at the most.
Yeah. Okay. So I remember seeing it. I set a goal for 1,000 and I didn't think I was going to hit it this quick, but yeah, I mean, this year's been kind of weird. So makes sense that I hit it faster than I was thinking.
Well, congratulations. You set a goal and you made it happen. Tell us a little bit about your mortgage practice. We know you're in San Diego, but how much production are you doing? You know, do you have a team? Just give us a feel for how you run your business.
So I do have a small team. It's me and one other originator. We have 3 assistants, and then we have our processor. Everybody on the support side is amazing. I mean, I just have a super strong team, which obviously helps with the production that we're doing. This year we have done 272 units for the team. Personally, I've done 190. So personally, I've done 82 million, and for the team, 117 million.
I see you got it written down there.
What's that?
I said you got it written down. These are not about guys. This is exactly what she's done. So
yeah,
that's incredible. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Yeah. Did you ever, how long have you been in the mortgage business?
15 years.
15 years. But did you ever think you would do this kind of volume?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. And when you think of your mortgage practice, what makes you unique? Like, what is it? What is your value prop? Whether it's what you say to a client or it's just how you feel, what makes you unique?
Yeah, well, I'm a technical loan officer for sure. I'm definitely not a people person. So I am good with education and good with transparency. And so I feel like I built my business on that, which Mortgage Coach has helped a ton. I think before Mortgage Coach, I was probably using an Excel spreadsheet to, go over all the fees and everything. But I think just being transparent, talking about what my fees are, talking specifically about rates, how they work, showing comparisons, and then just being confident with that. I think that's what's really helped build my business. So like I was saying, I'm not like a people person. I'm more of a numbers person. And I think my honesty comes across, especially when I'm going over the fees in the Mortgage Coach. So I think that helps a lot with the strengthening the relationships and then just, closing with those clients.
Well, there's no doubt in today's marketplace. I was asking Jeremy Forcier for his definition of a modern mortgage professional. He just talked about whoever through transparency can build trust the fastest. And it sounds like that's your wheelhouse, and that's how you use Mortgage Coach. What other technologies do you use to manage your mortgage practice?
We use Django. We just implemented Monday, and I'm loving it. I have
Wait, did you just interview Django? Is that what you're saying?
No, I've been using Django for at least 5 years.
Oh, okay. What was it that you said you started on Monday?
Monday.com. It's like a
Monday.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. I thought you were like, I started Monday. I got it. But Monday.
No, Monday.com. So we're loving that. Mortgage Coach. And that's pretty much it.
Nice. Mm-hmm. Where do you get most of your business? What's your primary referral partners?
Realtors.
Mm-hmm. And what percentage of your business is refi versus purchase right now?
This year I'm 44% purchase. So more refis, obviously. Previously, I'd say 80-20, sometimes 90-10.
Nice. And what about your size of your past customer database? How many families or loans do you have under management? Ballpark
I
it.
don't know the answer to that question, but I know I have over 5,000 contacts in my Django.
Okay, so you've got, I doubt if you have 5,000 past customers, but it sounds like you definitely have more than 1,000 past customers. You've been doing this 15 years and you're doing hundreds of loans per year between you and your team and your partner. So cool. Have you looked at HomeBot?
Oh, sorry, we do use HomeBot, yes.
Okay, so
Yep.
HomeBot, have you turned on the integration between Mortgage Coach and HomeBot?
I have not.
Okay, it looks like that's, whenever I interview someone, the goal is to learn something from you that we can bring back to the community. And then hopefully you get a gift and something you can do. So in a minute or less, you can turn on the integration and I'll forward you a how-to guide on how to do that. For anybody that wants the how-to guide, I'll also put a link to it down in chat below. So we'll put in the how to turn on the HomeBot Mortgage Coach integration. Also, Wally Elderberry did a nice shout out on Sales Mastery yesterday and talked about how he's using HomeBot. I'm going to be interviewing him in a few weeks, and we're going to really focus on how he's scaling his database. So stay tuned for that interview. It's going to be October 6th at 9 o'clock Pacific. So do you ever, have you listened to any of the interviews that I've done, or do you follow the Mortgage Coach channel at all?
Yeah, I do. I listen. I like Jeremy's interviews, so I listen to those. I listen to, Tim Brahim whenever you have him on, of course, Todd Duncan, some other originators that you've had on. So yeah, I do.
Did you happen to hear the recent interview I did with Amber Kovark and
I
the
didn't.
refi? Okay, I might. Well, I've been mentioning that so much lately, maybe I won't show it today, but she's doing a really cool thing called a refi versus move up analysis, where basically she's asking all of her refis, how are you digging your current home? And a lot of them are saying, I'd like to move up, I'd like another bedroom. I'd like, something different. And then she's showing, well, here's your refi in the second column, and here's a move up. And anyways, have you ever done one of those?
No, a refi and a purchase scenario in the same total cost analysis.
Oh, I'm going to have to show it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about what you're doing. How are you? Well, let's start with why did you sign up for Mortgage Coach and why do you use Mortgage Coach? And then let's get into how are you using it?
Why was just because I wanted to be transparent and I wanted a cool looking software to do it. And so I signed up. I'm trying to remember, it's probably been in the last 5 years, but I think I used it before that. I think I found you through Loan Toolbox a long time ago. And then I stopped using it for a while for whatever reason. And then I got back on and I've been back on consistently since I've restarted. So probably last 5 years.
Cool. And then how do you do it? Are you using it with purchases and refis? Are you mainly doing live experiences with families? How are you using it?
Purchases 100% of the time on all purchases, occasionally on refis. If I need to, do more than just an email on the refi, I will. When I have more time, I definitely will use it more. And then my assistant also uses it. She sets it up for me, and then I kind of dial it in a little bit more. And then, I have the live experience with the client. So and then audio.
Got it. So does your assistant usually do the setup for you, or do you trade off on that?
90 to 95% of the time she sets it up, and then I will just check it over really quick, dial it in, maybe change a couple of the options if I forgot to tell her something that a client wanted to see. But yeah, 90 to 95% of the time she's starting it.
So are you giving her an email as to what you want? Is it in your CRM? I know the way Jeremy does it is all in the, in Jungo, they give notes back and forth. How are you giving direction back and forth between you and your assistant?
In Jungo, now through Monday we do it. So we always back into where the client told me they're comfortable as far as a monthly mortgage payment, and then I'll build around that. So maybe a little higher, a little lower, or maybe even show them their max pre-approval. But yeah, cool. We always start with where they're comfortable and then build around it.
Sweet. And then give me an example of a recent story, and then let's pull up your screen and have you show how you use Mortgage Coach.
Yeah. Okay, I'll share my screen. So this is a client who started, of course, with a few other lenders. Can you see it?
We can, yeah, it looks
Okay,
great.
so being transparent, like I just feel like I'm just going to show them what I have. I know they've already talked to 2 to 3 other lenders, one being a very famous internet lender where it's all automated. And so but I know that that lender won't do what I do. So even if our pricing's not as good, which usually it is, but even if it's not, the fact that I've taken the time to dial in, well, first of all, give them options, not just give them one interest rate, go into, the payment breakdown, talk about property taxes, explain what insurance is and, all the different names for it, talk about the mortgage insurance. And when I talk about the mortgage insurance, I always go back to the summary page and the payment stream to show how many months the mortgage insurance will be on. And then, of course, the most important, this line right here, this guy right here.
Really?
And
That's
then,
your most important one?
I feel like, yeah, because I feel like nobody explains this at all. So this is kind of what sets me apart. Like, this is why you get to choose which interest rate you get. This is how it works. This is how you make the decision over here. And so,
Nice.
but yeah, and this payment stream one, like they love that. They love to see when that mortgage insurance is going to fall off. And then occasionally with my super, analytical people will go through the reinvestment.
Got it. So do you ever do asset accumulation?
Have not.
Have not. Okay. Well, I will show you a strategy in a minute on that. So guys, the takeaway here, and notice how there's a couple fields that she's like, these are my favorite, because she knows that other lenders aren't doing it. And she knows that it's education. You've probably got really good at having that conversation. And then you make your competition look like they're either hiding something or they're just incompetent because they're not able to have it the way you're doing it. And then just to make sure people are connecting the dots, you're emailing this link, right? So it's an emailed link. The family clicks on it. Now, are you in Zoom and Mortgage Coach? How is the virtual experience working for you?
Yeah, both. I'll do Zoom. If they're not comfortable with that or they don't have that, we'll just do phone. And then of course I just give them the link and then I kind of drive, but I'll explain to them, okay, I'm going to the more info tab. I'm going to the closing costs, fee detail, and then, we go through everything together. That's how most of my meetings work.
And it's moving, just to make sure everybody knows, that's called Mortgage Coach Live when I said the live experience. How often are you adding a video or an audio? I can see that you have an audio note attached to this one.
So the audio I'm doing recently because, I'll do the Mortgage Coach Live at pre-approval stage. And then once they get an accepted offer, instead of scheduling another meeting, I'll do the audio and I'll explain the differences between the 2 interest rates. And then again, like I said, focus on this page right here. So audio is kind of phase 2. Once they have an accepted offer at pre-approval stage, we'll do the Mortgage Coach Live.
Why not put a video? Why not use video, or you just prefer?
I know. That's a good. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna have to try it because I could probably do more if I did that.
You should. Well, I can't say it's easier. I mean, audio, video, it's just as easy. And there's times where I put videos on things, and there are times I use the audio feature in text a lot, where I'll just do like a little audio text, and I love that feature. But there's a lot of times where I want to put my face on it. So, but like everything, guys, I want you to think of Mortgage Coach like you're a mortgage advisor. You want to deliver transparency. You want to deliver advice beyond everybody else. And now what feature you use, it's just like golf clubs in a golf bag. Do I want to put video? Do I want to, get the driver out and do the live experience? Do I want to put the audio? You choose. So it sounds like you're pretty confident, even if you don't have the highest rate, you win more often because of your educational experience. Is that, I kind of sense that?
Yep.
And what do you call Mortgage Coach? What is you call it a TCA? What is the term that you call it when you talk?
I call it a Mortgage Coach.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
So let's, if you don't mind, let's go to the advice engine real quick. Right now, this is the consumer experience. And if you don't mind, if you could share a link to that, because I want anybody who wants to see it, go to the settings. I want everybody to see the gamification. So guys, if you're watching this, give a big hand to Felisa for becoming a red belt grandmaster at Mortgage Coach. Thank you for showing that. You go ahead and quit sharing your screen now. What about with realtors? Do you integrate Mortgage Coach into your realtor conversation at all? Is there a realtor value proposition?
I've brought, especially if they're newer and they don't really understand how it all works, I will bring them in. Or if it's like a really, controlling realtor that just wants to be super involved, I will involve them in the process also. So in the Mortgage Coach Live also, the appointment. So yeah, but I think it really helps, especially the newer agents, but even the experienced agents that can't explain the fees and what they are and what they should be. I think it does help to bring them and involve them.
Nice, nice. So you mentioned you had started using it, you stopped, and then you started. I mean, you're killing it. You're a leader in the industry, whether you know it or not. I mean, you are one of the top 1% in the country. And the fact that you have done over 1,000 TCAs, you're a master at delivering advice. What advice do you give to loan officers that aren't, whether they're new to the business? What advice do you give to them as far as going from fee worksheet, transactional loan officer to being a mortgage coach? What advice do you have?
Yeah, I mean, get to know what these fees are, what the process is, learn how to explain what escrow is, what title is, and get so confident and future pace the client to where they can feel your confidence and they can feel your honesty. So I think education for most clients, especially in my market, I think they appreciate that more. They might come to me thinking that they want the lowest rate or the lowest cost, but after they spent, the 20 minutes with me in the Mortgage Coach Live, I think maybe only 5% after that really want the lowest rate and lowest fee. I think they appreciate the service and the honesty.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, you have turned, actually, that is the headline for the call. I'm always searching for that. I was thinking of how you turn education to your competitive advantage, but it's like how to turn transparency and honesty into your competitive advantage. I mean, at the end of the day, anybody hears this interviews, that's your superpower. They can tell that you're super honest, you're precise, like you don't say things that you don't know. You came to this interview prepared with what your production was, and it's all about honesty and transparency. And I think anybody that meets you can tell that, and that's probably your superpower. Would you agree with that?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, well, right on. Anything else you want to say? I know you've listened to a lot of these interviews, whether it's Jeremy, well, actually, before we go, I got to show you this strategy with Amber, because I think it's a good idea. I don't think it's a good idea. It's an amazing idea. So here's the deal. She's always asking clients, refis, how's this house working for you? Now she puts a little color around it, based on her personality, based off of where she lives. She says about 20 to 25% are like, yeah, I'd like to see what moving up looks like. And so now this is how she does current loan. That's what they currently have. And they're currently in a home for $436,000. And she was able to save them with a refi $322. And then she says, the next column would be your move up, $525,000 home. They qualified for 5% down. That would have raised their monthly payment by $507. And then she said, the fourth column, because you qualify and you could buy a new home non-contingent, you could do that. And then you could sell that home. They had $125,000 in equity. And then you could recast. You could take that 125, buy down your loan, and actually have a lower monthly payment. But what they decided to do was column 3, where they said, you know what? We can handle the extra $507 a month. And we would love, after going through COVID, to have another $125,000 liquid, and our financial planners earning 8%. So let's see what that would perform at 6. And here's the net right here, that literally in 15 years, they'd have more equity. That 125 would have turned into 300 or almost 300. And so kind of netting out this strategy, refi versus move up, improved liquidity, improved equity, and they get their dream home. And then tell me if your realtor would like it. If you said, hey, I was talking to someone about a refi and they'd like to list their home and they'd like to buy a bigger home. I mean, realtors, I think, would like that.
That's like next level ninja. Yeah.
You like that?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. One more thing. You should watch this interview. I mean, she actually, I interviewed Jeremy about 3 weeks ago, and this interview has more views than Jeremy. So this is how she's doing all her refis. So she's a mother of two, and she's like, I'm doing realtors during the day, purchase realtors during the day, and I'm doing refis at night after my kids go to bed. And she's like, and I'm always putting a video on it. So she's basically doing TCAs, and her typical move is, here's your refi. She's like, I always show the prepay so that it's just beyond compelling. I always put a 1 minute to 90-second video on it. So I literally wake up in the morning and they're like, let's go. And so that's just her standard refi move. It sounds like you do that though. I mean, that's a move that you have, right?
That's next level, but yes, I will break out some tricks as well, but that's definitely a next level, like give back to the realtor, future planning and financial planning. Like, yeah, that's the whole package.
Yeah, cool. Well, I'll forward you a link to it. Check it out. Mortgage Coach community. If you have questions, put them down below. If you got value from this, give us a like, love it, share it with your friends. Thank you for being a leader in our community. Congrats on all the production you're doing. Congrats on becoming a red belt at Mortgage Coach. And thank you for making time to give back to the community and share what you're doing.
Thank you. Thanks for the time.
All right, thanks. Have a great day.
You too.
Take care.